Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Lions Talk Live. I am your substitute host uh, for the week. My name's Tony, and hopefully we get a good show in today. As you know, Dan's on vacation in Iceland. Hopefully enjoying himself. I got a text from him last night. He's watching some lava flowing. So they have some kind of lava show over there, and they're doing that. So let's get into it. As you saw in the thumbnail, uh, this is my theme for the day. What Lions players should be worried, and I'm not saying necessarily worried about being cut, but even maybe just losing some playing time. There's a lot of new players that are on the team now, or as of right now, and who should be worried about either losing their starting job, losing playing time, or not even being on the team once the season starts. So let's get your thoughts into that, and I'm gonna drop that ticker down there, and let's get started with some with the comment section, and we'll start off going from there. JDC, morning all. Good morning to you, JDC. Bo Booth, good morning, Do Crew. We are all hot for teacher. Thank you, thank you. I see Super Bowl. Woo! You got me. You got me on that one. All right. One thing I did want to add. I'll tell you who I think we should. I'll tell you who I think we should be worried first, and then we'll go from there. So the biggest for me, I think the ones that should be worried the most are Mosley, the cornerback, because and I know we just re-signed him and everything, but that depth of that cornerback room, someone's got to go. He's been injured a lot. I would hope he gets back to the way he was for the 49ers, but in the same same aspect, these rookies got to get playing time, and if he's not going to be, I think he's a candidate to be cut. Also, let's go with the kickers, right? Turner had a great mini camp for the rookie out of Michigan, and from what I read, I don't think he even missed a kick. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but that's what I read. He's got a stronger leg than Badgley, but Badgley was pretty consistent over the last half of the year into the playoffs. He was good for us. So what do you do there, right? And then I've got a couple of defensive linemen. Levi Onwuzurike, I never say his name right. Onwuzurike. He's not shown anything. He's good depth, right? But he's not the starter that they wanted when they drafted him. And then you got Kaminsky. We've talked about him before. He could be he could be losing a lot of playing time now that Houston's healthy. Pascal came on strong. They picked up Davenport. Now, if you had to pick between the two, between Levi and Kaminsky, you'd probably want to keep, if you were going to lose one from the team, I would say you probably would want to keep Kaminsky because he's got more versatility on that defensive line. He can play inside, outside. Levi's pretty much primarily just that inside guy. So tell me what you think of those guys, and tell me what you think. If you got other players on your mind, let me know. All right, let's keep going with these comments for a minute. Brent DeWitt, good morning, Sergeant Do Crew. Good morning to you also, Brent. I think Craig Reynolds is in for a battle at RB3, Lombardi or bust. Absolutely. That's a good choice there. Craig Reynolds, the other rookie that we picked up, he's very versatile, right? Like he can play offense and defense, but not just that, he's obviously a really good special teamer. Craig Reynolds seems like he's always battling for that RB3 spot. So that's definitely someone I didn't even think about that one. So definitely keep him in mind. Let me know what y'all think about that. Bo Booth, whoever we are playing should be worried. Right on. I got you there. I hope that's the case every single week, right? Before I go any further, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Let's have Dan come back home after his vacation and have a bunch of clicks, have a whole bunch of new subscriptions on there, subscribers. But yeah, I hope every team is worried for sure, Bo. Uh, RB3 and WR3 are the most prominent. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Like we said, Craig Reynolds. Right now, I imagine either DPJ or Khalif Raymond are the W3 or wide receiver threes. Um, who knows if that's the case? I think Khalif Raymond's always going to be on the team. Like he's just been such a mainstay for what 3-4 years now. Um, he seems to always show up when we need him most. Not that he doesn't show up other times, but when we need something clutch happen, he's usually one involved in that. So he's probably a little more safe than DPJ, but you never know. And hopefully, Green steps it up this year. They've got a whole bunch of rookies, camp invite rookies that they brought in, undrafted. And, maybe one of them can make a splash as well. Hokey Doo, good morning, Sarge and Dew crew. Good morning. Good morning to you, Sarge. Welcome back to Wooville. One Pride. Woo. You guys are gonna make me do that all week, aren't you? Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Hokey. Good morning. Competitions. Yes, lots of competitions, Bo. I can't string a sentence together this morning. Yeah. I was wondering if you were hitting enter a little too fast there, Bo, but that's all right. That's all right. All right. Brent DeWitt, coffee with the Sarge and Dew crew. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Brent. I got my coffee right here with baby Grogu, or as my wife likes to say, baby Yoda. She doesn't accept the fact that his name is Grogu. But hey, I'm with you this morning, Brent. I got my coffee for sure. JDC, Sarge, one of the wheels on the AV cart needs some oil and it has some string wrapped around it. Hate to see the cart go ass over tea kettle. I'll have to work on that. I picked a new picture. Maybe that one it shows it a little broken, but hey, they all had the squeaky wheel, right? That's how you knew it was coming. You could hear it coming down the hallway. And that made for a perfect day. All right, Rocky M. Good morning, all. Got a good cup of coffee for the show and ready to go. Absolutely, Rocky. Got you right here. I'll keep on drinking it. Oh, so good, so good. I love my coffee. All right. Robert Yankee, greetings, salutation. Let's go, Lions. Greetings to you, Robert. Hope you're having a great morning. Frank the Tank, coffee is good this morning. Absolutely, Frank. I love you. Good job. Love my coffee. All right, Frank the Tank, do you believe the Lions are good enough to win it all with the team they have right now? I believe. Go Lions. I absolutely do think that. They fixed a lot of issues that they had. And let's be honest for a second. As bad as our secondary was, we were one half away from getting to the Super Bowl. That's it. That's bottom line. Doesn't matter how bad they played in games. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter if we lost some games because of them until the last one, right? Okay, I know where you're gonna go with that. But what I'm saying is as bad as the struggles we had on defense last year, especially in the secondary, we were one half away from getting to the Super Bowl. We've fixed that problem. We've kept all the core players in house. So I don't see why it's not Super Bowl. I just don't see it. Hopefully that's the case and we don't get a rash of injuries or anything, knock on wood over here. So let's see what happens. All right, Frank the Tank from the east side. The Lions will go 5-1 in their division. Go Lions. Yeah, I can see that. It'd be great if they went 6-0 against their division foes, but they're not gonna. Probably, they're gonna lose one. Hopefully on the road. I hate when they lose to the division opponents at home, but I can see that 5-1. Phil, good morning, Sarge. Good morning to you too, Phil. Good morning. Phil, I believe Kirby, Iffy, and Barnes. Those are great ones there, Phil. Especially Kirby and Iffy. I don't think they're both going to be the starters come game one. Now, if they are, that means they've really improved, and that's great. And I'll be cheering them on the sidelines or in the stands anyway. If I had to pick one of those three, probably Kirby, but geez, all of them, Phil. You're right. Barnes, Jack Campbell had a great camp. from what I've read, and he's one of the people that the experts out there say is going to really turn it on in year two. He had a lot of pressure heaped on him in year one, especially when Alex got hurt. Wearing that green sticker as a linebacker, that's not an easy thing to do as a rookie. So he did look a little lost in a few games last year, but he was so dominant in Iowa, in such a field general that he really came on. So I can definitely see Barnes, even though he was great down the line, like he's really turned into the player that we want him to be. When they drafted him, I can still see Barnes losing a lot of playing time to Campbell. But yeah, Kirby and Iffy, I don't think one of them is going to be. I think one of them won't be starting this year. All right, Brent DeWitt, don't forget to hit the like button, folks. Thank you, Brett. Absolutely, hit those likes, get those subs up. Let's really get Dano some more subscriptions, get it going. Bo Booth, CB1 and 2. I'm guessing you're saying we don't know who they're going to be yet. I don't know what you're saying. So tell me below. But I think what you're saying is, obviously we're going to have 2 new starters at CB1 and CB2, right? So, which is good, that's a great thing. So I'm excited to see who ends up on top after the after the preseason, game 1, who are our CB1 and CB2. Let me know who you guys think it'll be down there. All right, Broski Bear, never fear. Broski Bear is here. We were not afraid. So good to have you on the show, Broski. Thanks for being here. Anthony Tottingham, good morning, Duke brothers and sisters. Good morning to you, Anthony. Hope you're having a great day. GM substitute Duke crew. Right on. Good morning to you, T-Born. Thank you very much. Thank you much. Phil, the guitar I'm showing is going to be the Duke Crew guitar. That's awesome. I don't know, do you play guitar? If so, that's awesome. I do not. I am not musically inclined at all, but it's awesome. I like it. I love the checker flag on it too. Broski, Vildor won't make the team. Yeah, that's a very good I would say so. He was, he was necessary for us last year down the road, right? Or, down towards the end of the season. And they brought him back, but man, we're so crowded. It's so crowded there. So I can definitely see that. Anthony Tottingham, I see Vildor first to go. Yeah, absolutely. You and Broski right on track with that. I can definitely see that. I think there's going to be 2, maybe 3 people gone from the secondary that are on the team right now. I can definitely see that happening. Frank the Tank, I can't wait till we play the Bears. We were going to beat their butts. Go Lions. I hope so, Frank. I'm tired of hearing about how they stack their offense. Obviously Caleb is the next great thing, but let's be real. So was Justin Fields. So was Mike Trubisky before that. So yeah, who knows what they're gonna do. Keenan Allen, I don't remember the last time he played a full season. Who else they got? Swift is gonna get hurt halfway through the year, so or sooner. So yeah, we're not too worried about that. All right, Phil Vildor, the face mask king. yeah, that was a heart-wrenching play. Let's just go with that. Yeah, you guys are on track. I didn't even mention Vildor. I think maybe because I was like, well, he's probably not gonna be on the team anyway. But you're right. We got a lot of people agreeing with Vildor. All right, Broski Bear, Captain Stubbs, James Houston could get cut as well. Well, man, that for all y'all that have been watching the show, if James Houston got cut, Dano might have a breakdown. He's one of his favorite players. I think he's a great player too. I don't know. I don't see him getting cut, but they did pick up Davenport. and Davenport's probably not going to be used except for in situational, pass rushing downs. So yeah, maybe it's or maybe that's just to help, get one of them better than they are playing or something. I don't know. I hope Houston's still on the team though, because I think he's got a lot of value. He's a lot younger than Davenport, but obviously, I mean, let's face it now. They both have some injury issues. Houston's been with us 2 years, and he's not played 2 years. 2 full seasons for us. So I hate to admit it, Broski, but you're onto something there. T-Born Sarge, should we pick up a veteran quarterback? I don't know if Hooker is ready. Uh, I not yet. I see where you're going. I mean, we do still have Sudfeld on the team, and I'm not saying he's he's a end all be all, but he is that veteran presence. Maybe they keep all three of them. I don't know. Uh, Hooker. I think training camp and the preseason is going to dictate if we go out and get another quarterback. Sudfeld's been on the team for a few years now. You know the I think I don't think we go out and get another one unless maybe there's another injury, like if Sudfeld goes down for the year again or something. Maybe they do go out and get another veteran then. But I think the quarterback room is probably where it's going to be right now. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I don't think it's going to be um I don't think they're going to go out and find one unless like I said, unless Sudfeld or God help us Goff, but or if one of those guys go down, then probably, but let's not talk about Goff going down. Rocky, nice guitar, Phil. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it. Man Bear Pig, good morning, Sarge. I agree with your win-loss prediction of 13-4. Lions should have had 13 last season, but the refs took our win and handed it to the Cowgirls. Yeah, absolutely. I gotta adjust this. Yeah, absolutely. That they absolutely should have had 13 wins last year. So that game still haunts our dreams, right? So I thanks for agreeing with me. Good morning to you. And yeah, absolutely. Phil, I believe we need a backup quarterback. Yeah, that's what that's what everyone's saying. I think. I don't know. Is Hooker do y'all again, I haven't watched every show that Dano does, but do you guys just not like Hendon Hooker, or do you think he's not ready because he's still coming back from that injury? I think he was a full participant in some practices late in the year, wasn't he? Or I could be absolutely wrong on that, but it's been at this point, it's been about a year and a half since the injury happened. So if he's not ready, not maybe not mentally and game ready, but if he's not ready to play, like be on the field, then what are we even doing with him? So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's quarterbacks out there that could be an upgrade over Sudfeld, but again, there's familiarity with that, right? That he knows that the coaches know him. He knows the coaches. Um, I'm not like tooting his horn or anything. I'm not like a big Sudfeld fan or anything, but I'm just saying he's been on the team for a few years now, and unless something happens, if they don't think Hooker is ready, maybe and Sudfeld's not the answer, then I can see them getting one. All right, Phil, it's being made for all of us Do Crew members. That's awesome. That is awesome. I love that. Do you like the checkered flag? Yes, I do, Phil. I grew up at a racetrack. My dad raced at a local track for my entire childhood, and then even just still racing just a few years ago. So I love checkered flag. I love all things race car. So everything's cool on my end with that, Phil. I love it. All right, K-pop. Good morning, gang. I agree. If we are going after the Super Bowl, I don't know if Hooker is ready. If we need sound quarterback play, I get it, but and good morning to you, K-pop. I see what you're saying, but I also think Goff didn't miss any time last year, and our offensive line is still the best or the second best. I'd say best in the league. So let's not forget he didn't miss any playing time last year, and we did just fine. You in order to get to the Super Bowl, I think you got to plan on your quarterback, your number one QB1 guy being there for the entire year. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Mile marker 301. Good morning, Sarge and crew. Good morning to you, Michael. Mile marker. Who would you keep behind Ragnow? Well, there's well, obviously, if Ragnow goes down, I'm gonna guess Glasgow slides into center. I don't think. I know we got that. I don't remember his name. Maybe you guys can help me out. If Ragnar goes down, Glasgow probably shifts to center, and Sorsdal goes in at right guard or left guard. I don't remember if they're switching them from last year. So, but other than that, I mean, I know we're a little thin there. I think Sorsdal would be the option and move Glasgow over to center. Hopefully, that's not the case, and Ragnar is able to play a full season. But let's temper that enthusiasm a little bit, because we know he can get a little hurt, right? So let's that'll be interesting to see who they keep. But let me know what you guys think of that. Like I said, I think it's Glasgow, and then they slide Sorsdal in. He filled in all right for a few games there last year when there was injuries. I'm gonna cheat and look up his name because I forgot how to say his name. Kode Awasika. He's another one that filled in pretty good last year. Now obviously they're not. I'm not saying he's a center, but I'm just saying I think Glasgow is the number 2 guy. Robbie Haycoop, hit the like button if you think the Lions will win the Super Bowl. Absolutely. Everyone should be hitting that like button. Please hit it. Hit it. Frank the Tank, we're back and watch highlights of game on W. All right. I don't know what that means, Frank. Help me out with that. I know I'm way behind on the comments already, so I'm gonna keep these going. 5 Fingers Freddy, greetings, salutations. Greetings to you, Freddie. Sarge, how many sacks does Hutch get this season? Who do you think should start opposite him? I think this is going to be, Hutch had a great year last year, hit double-digit sacks. I think he's going to improve on that, and I've got 2 reasons why. First, I think Pascal's going to start on the other side because I think he's finally getting his injuries behind him, and he's a great dude and a great player. And I think he's probably going to be the guy that starts, right? That doesn't mean they're not going to rotate. The second reason he's going to improve on his sack total, obviously, is that secondary. The biggest reason he wasn't able to get to the quarterback, remember, he had one of the highest pressure rates in the NFL. How many quarterback hits did he have? How many quarterback pressures did he have? But he wasn't getting those sacks until later in the year, right? But the reason for that is because our secondary couldn't cover anybody, right? So the secondary is going to help him add more sack totals. I will go out on a limb right now and say he's going to get 15 sacks this year. And it might sound crazy. I don't know, but they're not going to be able to double him as much if we got Houston on the other side, Pascal. Davenport, I hope, is like what he used to be, right? That's always the hope when you sign a player, is that he's still going to regain his form that he had before his injuries. And like I said, the secondary is going to help with that, because all Hutch needed was about an extra 0.5 seconds, and he would have had 5 or 6 more sacks this year. Let me know what y'all think about that. Phil, NFC North is going to be very hard to win. I can see the Lions being number 3 in the division. Oh, you're killing me, Phil. You're killing me. I know what you're saying. I think Chicago's overhyped. I'm just gonna keep saying it. Broski, looking at you, man. But really, I think it's a 2-team battle with Green Bay and Detroit. In Minnesota, we don't even need to mention them again. So Green Bay, they've got a great young nucleus. They've got a good defense. They're going to be tough to beat. That's probably the team that I would give, that I would say split with Detroit this year in the division. They're going to split with Green Bay. They're going to win 2 from Minnesota, and I think they're going to beat Chicago both times. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be how the rest of the games play out, right? Like, so Detroit's playing a first place schedule. Green Bay's playing a second place schedule. They're going to play a lot of the same teams, right? That's obvious, but we'll see how it shakes out. It's going to be the other games. I don't know if it's the division's going to be tough, but I think it's just going to be a 2-team race. Anthony, what's your thoughts on possibility that Kaminsky days are numbered? Yeah, he's one of them that I said at the beginning. I like him. I think he's a fan favorite. But I think his versatility saves him. There's a couple other guys on the defensive line that can only play one position or the other. As far as defensive line or end, or whatnot. So I think if he's doing all right, or if he has a good camp, I think it's between him and Levi. I don't think, I think they're going to keep Broderick Martin. It's only his second year. I know he was more of a developmental player, but they usually don't try to get rid of them in year 2 unless he's just absolutely horrible. So, I hope Martin stays. I hope Kaminsky stays. My guess would be Levi before Kaminsky, but I don't know. All right, Phil, thanks for your service, Sarge. Thank you. So many young men dependent on you for their safety. Yeah. There was some times. Yeah, sure. For sure. Hokey do morning, Anthony. There you go. Moonscar Blade, just bring me my milk and cookies. Morning Dew crew. We got to skip the milk and cookies for now until we finish our coffee. And when I say finish coffee, I mean like noon, 1 o'clock is when I finish my coffee. All right, Anthony, morning, brother. Hokey do. Frank the Tank went back and watched highlights of Jamo. Man, that kid loves football. I'm glad to hear that. He is going to be the difference of the year. This team, sorry. He's going to be the difference of the team this year. This offense is going to be epic. Go Lions. Yeah, he's one of them I kind of brought up yesterday, but we didn't get around to talking about him. I think this is going to be his year. I think, obviously St. Brown's going to be St. Brown. That's not a problem. But Jamo is going to stretch that offense. Even like I was saying yesterday, even if he's not getting 80, 90 catches, hopefully he does. That'd be great. But even if he's not, he's still taking people away from the ball. He's gonna be a deep threat. Sounds like him, and it says I've read that Jared Goff trusts him more. He's probably going to drop a couple. You guys got to understand that now. He's not perfect. He doesn't have hands like St. Brown, even though I know St. Brown had 1 or 2 last year, but he doesn't have those hands. He doesn't have hands like Golden Tate. I don't think Golden Tate dropped a pass ever, but what he's going to have to do is, but he's still a threat. So he's taking a safety and a corner with him, making that defense work. And then that's going to leave Laporta, St. Brown, Gibbs, Davenport. All those guys are going to be able to have maybe one-on-one coverage because Jamo's going to spread that offense or that defense so much. I'm a huge Jamo fan. Vendio News. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. What's the countdown till kickoff? 82 days? I don't know. Probably. Sorry, I don't have a good perfect answer for that. I'm trying to enjoy my summer first, even though I am excited for the season to start. Phil, funny how Kaminsky wanted off this team at one point. Now he's struggling to stay on the team. I didn't know he didn't. I didn't know he wanted off. I thought he was one of them last year that took less money to stay with the team. I don't know. If you guys remember that, let me know. And maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, but I thought Kaminsky was one of them that took less to stay on the team. So I'm not sure if that's right, Phil, but maybe I could be thinking of somebody else. Brent, the Bears should be worried. Drafted a quarterback that paints his nails and dad wants part ownership of the team. What? I didn't hear that before. The ownership part. What could possibly go wrong? You're absolutely right, Brent. You're absolutely right. They drafted Yeah, we'll see. He's probably not going to be with the team in 3 years, right? Broski, Sarge putting his motivated left foot forward this morning. I, I don't know what that means, but yeah, I'm motivated. Motivated. JDC, Magic 8 Ball says 86 bottles of beer on the wall, days until the NFL kickoff. There you go. It's 86 days. There you go. Broski, that Kirby guy stinks. I hope he starts for you. Yeah, I don't know if stinks is the right answer, but but he's got some work to do. He's got some work to do. F the Bears, Detroit versus everybody. You got it, Don Burr. Thank you. Appreciate you. The team ownership has been debunked. That's Broski to Brent. I don't know. Anthony Tottingham, agreed, Frank. It's actually going to be his third year realistically. Jamo's first full, I believe Goff and him are going to stretch the field. Absolutely, Anthony. I agree with that. He's going to stretch that. Just got to get him through camp without gambling anything. All right. Don Burr, Brisker, a walking injury. Yeah. Let's hope they so you're saying maybe he's one of them that is not going to be on the team. I can see that for sure. Broski, real question. This Vendio News, Broski, real question. How many picks does your boy throw this year, and how many touchdowns? Yeah, let's see what he says there. Didn't know that, Broski. Stand corrected. Still, F the Bears, go Lions. Right on, Brent. Don Burr, Stevenson, a holding penalty machine in Chicago. Yeah. Hopefully he gets a lot of those against us. Property Lord, greetings, salutations, all greetings to you. Lions winning the North again. Boom, I said it. Absolutely. Mile marker, cool guitar. Looks good, Phil. All right, great looking guitar, Phil. Brent, greetings and salutations, crew. Good morning to you, Courtney Nicholson. The cream will rise to the top. Woo! I love that one. Randy Macho Man Savage was always my favorite. The cream does rise to the top. I'm going to get a little thing of cream for y'all tomorrow. Property Lord. Woo! You're killing me, guys. Phil, don't discount the Vikings. I don't know. What should we think of the Vikings? I mean, their defense is either old or no one knows who they are. I don't think JJ is going to be their starter this year. Who does that leave? Was it Darnold? Is he the one that went there? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, obviously they're NFL players. They're probably gonna win a couple of games, but I just don't see us needing to worry about them. Obviously, you never look past a team that you're supposed to play because even the worst team can beat the best on any given Sunday, right? But I'm not seeing the Vikings being too scary this year. JDC, one do crew yell on 1, 2, 3. Woo! Garland 93. Sarge, I need you to debate. Goff will push for the MVP. Yes. I'm all for that. What do you guys think? Goff, I think, should have been in the discussion last year. There was a couple of games, maybe about midway through the year where he looked like he was average, threw some picks, that we weren't used to seeing from the year before anyway. I think if this offense is clicking, there's no reason why he can't. I know there's a huge debate nowadays, and you guys can go ahead and add these things in. That Goff had better passing yards and more touchdowns and less interceptions than Lamar, but Lamar had like 1,000 rushing yards. Well, I guess at the end of the day, do those rushing yards matter as much? Because they didn't have a running back in Baltimore. They've got Henry there now. Let's see if Lamar still gets 1,000 yards, right? We've got two running backs that both just missed 1,000 yards. They're both like at 900. They're both very close to 1,000 yards. And if Gibbs would have played more earlier in the year, he probably would have gotten his 1,000 yards. So would you rather have a quarterback that throws for 5,000 yards and 35 touchdowns, or a quarterback that throws for about half of that but runs for 1,000? Keep in mind, we have two running backs that are probably going to get 1,000. So where do all those yards come from? We don't need a running quarterback if we've got 2 running backs that can hit 1,000 yards? I don't know. What do y'all think? I think that's a great point, Garland. Courtney Nicholson, NFL teams will line up for Dollar Brad's garage sale. yeah, probably. Hope you do. Woo! You guys, stop it. Stop it. Bo Booth, the battle at cornerback is going to be wild. Mosley is a wild card. We don't know who will be number 1 or 2. Absolutely. He is a wild card. You know, the only reason I mentioned him as possible not being on the team or diminished, well, I don't know if diminished playing time is right because he didn't play last year. But you know, the injuries, we just don't know what kind of player he is. We can go back to San Francisco days and see what he did there, but who knows, you know, if he can ever get that form back. Obviously, I always hope they can, right? He's on our team, so I want him to be the best version of player of him as he can be. But someone's not going to make the team on that secondary. Like I said, maybe 2 or maybe 3. You know, number 1, we don't know who. I think it's super exciting that we have the cornerback depth that we have right now, that we can't pinpoint who our number 1 and 2 are in a good way. Not years past where we're like, I don't know, just throw a couple guys out there because they're all terrible. You know, we've actually got a deep cornerback room right now, and it's exciting. I don't know who the number 1 and 2 will be. You know, we've got, you know, people that have started for other teams, and we've got the rookies that are supposed to be, you know, number 1, number 2 picks. So who knows? It's going to be exciting preseason. Camp and preseason is going to be fun. Donkey Kong, Super Bowl or bust? Absolutely Donkey Kong. Don Burr, if Houston got cut, the lowly Bears would pick them up with ease. They want all Detroit leftovers. Absolutely. All right, last good quarterback for Chicago was McMahon. Absolutely. And they gave away their best prospect in Fields with no O-line to protect Caleb and Swift. Both going to be in a circle jerk on the sideline. Absolutely, Anthony. Absolutely. They're going to go downhill for sure. All right, Phil, Chicago will try for Houston and Vildor. If they get cut, Chicago will be our practice squad. I like it. Rocky, Chicago will pick up the so-called Captain Stubbs in a minute. Keep wishing. Gary Hutchings, good morning all. Grit for life. I love it. Good morning to you, Gary. Houston ain't getting cut. Right. Last 2 years in our division, 5-1, 4-2. Our division should be worried. I think so. JDC Kindle will be shown the Vildor. Broski, Don Burr, you taking notes on classes in session? Woo. No. Courtney Nicholson, can Teddy Bridgewater come out of retirement? I don't think he wants to. I think he just wants to be that coach now. Walt Marks, good morning, Sergeant Drew Crew. Good morning to you, Walt. Hit the like button for Dan. Absolutely. Keep hitting that like button for all you new people here. Silver Surfer. All right. Good morning, Mr. Sergeant. Everyone else, good morning to you. I appreciate you subbing in. Thank you, Silver Surfer. I appreciate it. It's fun. I have a good time doing this. I hope you all enjoy it. Phil, Hooker isn't smart enough to be our backup. Goff is the most intelligent quarterback in the league. I don't know about his intelligence. You know, I'm talking about Hooker. I know Goff is smart, but maybe some of that rubs off on Hooker. I don't know. I hope you're wrong. I hope Hooker turns out to be what he's supposed to be. But we'll see. You know, time will show. Broski Bear, Vildor is a Bears leftover. Don Burr, you've been corrected again. Take notes. Don Burr, Teddy Bear, at Broski, Teddy Bear, we don't take advice from 4th place homers. Donkey Kong, I'm 17-0. Let's do it. Anthony Tottenham, Swift is a Lions leftover. Yes, he is. Bo Booth, 14-3. All right. Don Burr, Vildor is a off the street pickup in emergency. Anthony, and you already on your knees. You guys just love doing this to each other, don't you? I love it. Brent, 13-4. Gotcha, Brent. Hendon will be fine. They will not be looking for a backup quarterback. That's what I think, Donkey Kong. You know, I think with Sudfeld back back from his injury, they took Hooker. They, you know, in the 3rd round, I think they traded up for him. If I'm not mistaken, he's not going anywhere. And Sudfeld, like I said, there's familiarity with that. There's something to be said for familiarity. TM5 TV. I would sign a veteran quarterback before camp. Hopefully, we won't need him, but injuries do happen. I can see them bringing in another quarterback for camp. But when we say veteran quarterback, I'm saying someone that's just been bouncing around practice squads or something. Probably, I don't think they're going to bring in like a true quarterback that they think could be the number 2 guy. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're going to do that. But who knows? Who knows? Bo Birth. Jesus. Bo Booth. Too early to panic about Unka Chunka. I don't know who that is. Help me out. Sarge, Brent DeWitt. Sarge, what game would you consider to be a trap game? I'm thinking Indy or Arizona. I definitely think Indy could definitely be a trap game. They were on the verge of making the playoffs last year. I don't think, or wait, didn't they make the playoffs? It's morning, guys. It's morning. So anyway, but don't forget, Anthony Richardson is back, and he looked pretty good in a few games until he got hurt. Another reason why I don't like running quarterbacks. I think they always get hurt. Not always. I know there's a few exceptions to that, but I think Indy is definitely going to be. I'm not too concerned about Arizona. I think Kyler Murray is a very overrated quarterback. Yeah, he's had a couple of splash games, but so did Joey Harrington. So I think Indy is definitely a game that we got to definitely, watch out for. Anthony, Goff won't miss any time. We actually have an O-line that can protect. Absolutely, Anthony. That's what I think. I'm not real concerned about our backup because I think, if we lose Goff, it doesn't matter who our backup quarterback is. The season's probably ended. We're not going to have some magical second string backup quarterback come in and lead us to the Super Bowl. Let's be honest, y'all. That very, very ever rarely works. I mean, who's the last? Jeff Hostetler? Was that the last backup quarterback to lead a team to a Super Bowl win? And I mean, that team was loaded on defense. That's like, I don't know. What do you guys think of that? Moonscar Blade, I think it's Davis 1, Arnold 2 to start, Kirby and Iffy to start at safety, giving Branch more healing time. Rakestraw fills in at nickel and safety to start. Brandon Joseph, if not cut, CJ Moore. Yeah, I can see that. I can see all of that happening. Davis 1, Arnold 2. I absolutely believe that. Branch, I don't know his time frame for his healing. I hope it's not long. But yeah, Rakestraw filling in. And don't forget Amik Robertson too, right? Like he's got to be in the mix of that somewhere. Yeah, I can definitely see where you're going with that. Kirby and Iffy to start at safety. I still think one of them won't be starting. I don't know if that means a corner gets moved to safety, but we'll see. All right, Hokey Do 14-3 works for me. It works for me. DM5 TV a few years ago when Mahomes hurt his kneecap, they had a solid backup. That's what we need, in my opinion. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they had a backup that had been in the league for a long time. He was, he had started games. I can see that, but it's not possible for all the teams to have good backups like that. But we'll see. Anthony Tottingham, me as well, 14-3. I'm actually thinking 13-4. Yeah. Don Burr, I think we will see Hooker get playing time against teams like the Bears because blowouts. I like it. It doesn't take much for anyone to have their way with the Lions' soft defense. It's not that Fields was good. It was Lions' defense are a bunch of chumps except Hutch. All right. Yeah. I don't know. Broski still on the pipe. Right. Broski Pascal starting for the Lions defense. LOL, pathetic. I don't know. I think Josh Pascal is pretty good, but that's just me. Or maybe it's other people. I don't know. Like the coaches on the Lions team. Hokey Do, Broski, I've been wondering why you have a koala bear paw print as your logo. Don Burr, Broski, Teddy Bear thinks Sweat has other players. Dexter, Pickens, Walker, Dom, Rob, LOL. Yeah, they don't have much on their defense, I don't think. Anthony Tottenham, so is your Bears. Oh boy, here we go. Right, GC, right on. Silver Surfer Robertson is going to play, perhaps start. They're going to ease Terrion in. Unless he really dominates in camp and preseason. But even then, eased in and Amit got talent, they will rotate. Yeah, I can see that. Don Bird, Dom, Rob, Walker, Martin, all names on the Teddy Bears D line. You're saying you're not out of normal. I'm betting Chicago and the Vikings fighting for the bottom spot. Right on, Anthony Broski. You keep mentioning dumb Rob. I don't. I've stated many times he should be flipping burgers at Five Guys. Well, he's still on the team, right? Bo Booth, there will be more rotation on the DL. Davenport and Pascal will be in on running downs. Hutch in for 15 sacks. Right on, Bo. I agree with that. Broski, Don Burr, you hype up someone named Wingo, Houston, and Davenport. That's a joke. Well, let's be honest. Wingo hasn't even played a snap for us. Yeah, he's a rookie. And Houston, I think, proved his worth last year. And Davenport, or not last year, 2 years ago, he got hurt last year. And Davenport, we'll see. I mean, if he can be the player he once was, which is what everyone hopes, then he's actually going to be pretty good. JDC, Motor City Dew Crew, absolutely. Silver Surfer, Broski, I admire the support you carry for your team and how much you like putting lines down. Keep it up. Right. Got to keep that banter. All right. Tom Burr, Wingo War number 18 at LSU. Look it up. You know what? And that's a big deal back for LSU. Houston has great film out there as well as Davenport. Right on. Now let's talk Tom, Rob, Walker, Pickens, Martin film. All right. He's got to do something. He knows the Bears suck. Yep. It's a bear paw. I've been wondering if you do anything besides a tailgate chair and drink cheap beer. And the name Hokey Do, what's that? Hey, I like cheap beer. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Chuckle Cheese, the commissioner is a locker room leader. Absolutely. Bo Booth playing hokey on a ski too. Great point. I see the Lions regressing this season. No. Silver Surfer, still happy bye Justin Fields. I would have loved having him here behind Goff. But he will have to show his worth. No, I wouldn't have liked that. Caleb, great potential, nice throws, but we will see. We'll see. All right. Hokey Do, the next name your wife going to be hollering. Good Lord. Love Jamo blocking for Monty downfield. He was a gamer. Absolutely, Courtney. Thanks for bringing some actual relevant up. Come on, guys. All right. So, yeah. Jamo likes to play. You can tell. He wants to be on the field, whether it's catching the ball, whether it's blocking for someone downfield, whether it's being a decoy. He wants to be on the field more, and he's proving it by, just like he said, making those blocks downfield like he did last year. Anthony Tottingham, all right, fighting for the bottom spot. Broski, Don Burr, LSU's defense was one of their worst in the history of their school. Their defense was a joke. Well, I don't even know. Again, Wingo was like a 5th round pick, I think, 6th round pick, and he hasn't even played yet. I don't know why y'all are fighting over a rookie that hasn't even played, not even a first round guy or something. During the Patricia era, Kaminsky wanted off. Okay, Phil. Well, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want off the team back then? But I know since then, it's been different. Good morning from Texas, Dominic Phillips. Good morning to you, Dominic. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Don Burr, USC offense was pathetic last year. Utah beat them and Caleb 3 years in a row. Yeah, exactly. Bo Booth, everybody wanted out during Patricia days. Absolutely, Bo. You're absolutely right. Phil, Jamo opens the field for other receivers. Yes, he does. Anthony, Caleb is unproven, never won anything in college, no bowl, nothing. What did Caleb do? Absolutely. We'll stop there. JDC and Bo Booth, as a Lions fan, I also wanted out a few times over the years. Absolutely. Yes. Hey, Sarge, Silver Surfer. Hey, Sarge, just a small suggestion. At the end, do not speed up to get as many comments as possible. All right, I'll try. Keep the pace, read them through, and when it's over, it's over. Good suggestion. I will take that into consideration as we're coming up on the time now. Broski, Vendio News, I missed your question. My prediction for Caleb this season: 3,600 yards, 22 passing, three rushing, 11 interceptions. I mean, if he hits those, Broski, I'll say that's a pretty successful year for his rookie year. So we'll see how it goes. Silver Surfer, Kaminsky not here during the Patricia time. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I thought this was his fourth year with us. If it's his fourth year with us, then no, he wasn't here during that time. Someone look it up. All right, Anthony. And you think that's going to win the division? What a joke. Right, it's not going to win the division. Bo Booth. I thought Kaminsky was a Brad Holmes hire. I honestly don't remember. So if you guys can figure that out, let me know. All right, paper bag fan. Good greetings and salutations, Do Crew. Great job, Sarge. Good morning to you, and thank you. I appreciate it. I'm trying to slow down a little bit. So here we go, baby. Woo for Baby Yoda. Right on, JDC. Here it is. I'm going to take another drink. All right. Anthony might want to reverse that 11 passing to 22 interceptions and maybe 2,500 going to be hurt. I'd rather see that, to be honest with you, since I'm, not that guy, not that fan. Silver Surfer, funny JDC. Most of us wanted out, especially with the end of Barry's era and the beginning of Millen's. God rest his soul. Absolutely. Oops. Mike the Marine, Gunny. Howdy, Sarge and Lions Faithful. Howdy to you, Mike, and good morning. Silver Surfer, yes, Kaminsky is Brad's. All right. Glad we figured that out. Broski, you're vulgar as usual this morning. Anthony, only to you see the pattern. There you go. Smuck, right on. JP Page 2, give Hooker time. This is really just his rookie year and his rookie preseason at that. Absolutely. He obviously didn't I don't think he started practicing until like November last year, right? So right on, JP. I agree with you there. David Barnett, ready for a 20-win season to honor Barry. That would be spectacular. Mile marker 301, LOL, JDC. Sarge, you are doing a great job. Thank you, JDC. I appreciate y'all. You guys are great at supporting. It's awesome. I love doing this. It's super fun. Broski, Anthony, you're a class act. Yeah, Broski. Bo Birth is your new nickname. All right, Bo Booth, Hendon Hooker fans are hooked on a feeling. And the intro to the song goes, Unka, Unka. Ah, now I got where you're coming from. Thanks, Bo. That's awesome. I do remember that. I do know that song. And obviously, you got to love Guardians of the Galaxy. Got it. All right, David Barnett. I see every game as winnable, so every game is a trap game. Yeah, could be. Hopefully, the coaching staff has it stuck in them, has instilled in them to play the game that they're playing, right? Not to look ahead, not to look behind if they have a bad loss or any loss, or if they just didn't play well in a win. They have to focus week to week. So to make sure there is no trap games, right? Phil, does Stephen Gilmore have a chance to make the team? I was rooting for him last year, being the undrafted rookie, but I don't think so. I don't think, he couldn't really, he made the team last year, right? But he was on the fringe, right? He was squad player or practice squad guy. They'd bring him up for games, but I don't remember him being on the field. I'm sure he was, but and that was with the defensive backs that we had last year. Now with four new defensive backs coming in, and Mosley being healthy, if we're talking about maybe Mosley not making it, Vildor not making it, what chance does Gilmore have really? Unless he has some kind of spectacular camp. I just don't see it. Broski, JDC, you're doing a great job. JP Page 2, I am not a Hooker homer. I think he is what he is, and that is a rookie who is in no way ready to start. Absolutely. He's definitely not ready to start, but he's not gonna. So we don't have to worry about that, right? Again, Goff's gonna stay up. if Goff goes down, I've already said it. I don't think it matters who we put in there. I mean, I know there are backup players out there that can play. Flacco did great for Cleveland last year. Minshew did great for Indy last year, but there's not very many of those backup quarterbacks out there. Who would you guys go out and get that's not already on a team right now? That's the biggest question. Chuckle Cheese, Nick Files. Oh, that's probably Foles. Nick Foles was the last backup to win. I forgot about Nick Foles. You're right. I'm not worried too much if something happens because the rest of our team can carry the backup. They're good enough to go 500 with a backup. Yeah, I can see that. Forgot about Foles. Nick Foles did have some starting experience. So as a veteran backup quarterback, he was a good player with Philadelphia. So I did forget about him, but obviously that kind of proves the point though, right? Like you just don't know. It's few and far between, right? You want your starter there, take you to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. JDC, thanks, Broski. Likewise. Anthony, I think so, Broski. Phil, bear play in a parking lot, not too worried about them. Right on. Broski, you will never know. You will get to know the name Gervon the Orc Dexter. We'll see. Gary Breed, good morning, Do Crew. Good morning to you, Gary. New guitar. I work at Guitar Company in town. Nice. JDC, never forget the bet of the century. Broski, Houston has played 9 games in 2 seasons. Amazing. Yep. I didn't say he was amazing, but I know what you're saying. But the games he played his rookie year, he made a difference. You can't I can put one play into perspective when your good old boy Justin Fields was scrambling out of the pocket thinking he was going to be able to run. Houston took him down 1-on-1. Y'all remember that, right? Took him down for about a 6 to 8 yard loss, I think it was. He tackled him in the open field. Fields didn't have anywhere to go. So that just showed me right there what kind of player Houston can be. Courtney Nicholson, need to come up with a nickname for this new Detroit Lions defense. Good idea. Let's think of something. Let me know what you think. Maybe we'll talk about it in tomorrow's show a little bit. Broski, this show is a great way to start the day. I hope so. It's a great way for me to start my day. I tell you that. All right, Motown Mitch, greetings and salutations, Sergeant Do Crew. Greetings to you too, Mitch. Lions rule, Bears drool. Absolutely. Frank the Tank, Broski's just pissed off when James Houston smashed Fields. That's what I just said. You are absolutely right, Frank. Absolutely right. All right. I can't tell what those pictures are, JDC, but woo, coffee and let's Lions Talk Live. Oh, I know what that is. I can't do that. But I will drink my coffee. All right. Phil, Jamo needs to build up his legs. They look like toothpicks. I'm not going to lie. He does look a little fragile from the waist down. Hopefully but that's probably where his speed comes from is, he's a little thinner, a little lighter on his feet. So that could be, obviously it's a body type thing too. I mean, he's not going to have the tree trunks, but man, it would be nice if he put on a little more weight to maybe not look so fragile out there, right? Mile marker, LOL. Frank, go back and watch highlights of Jamo. He is out there smashing people when he blocks. He's tough as hell. Doesn't matter if your legs are toothpicks. He's a football player. I got you there, Frank. You're absolutely right. JP Page too. What Kaminsky came to the Lions in 2021 after being cut by the Falcons. The Lions had first waiver claim on him. Okay, that makes sense. Broski, Caleb did win a Heisman. Just saying, yeah, but it, too bad you don't win a Heisman for winning bowl games or anything, right? Phil, Caleb is a hype pick, right? Keitho, he will have more interceptions than the 22 that they were talking about. Probably. Let's hope so. Anthony, Andre Ware won the Heisman Trophy, was a bust. Absolutely. We could go down the line of all the We can go down the line of all the Heisman quarterbacks that were not good in the NFL. I mean, there's a long list of them, right? So just winning a Heisman Trophy doesn't mean you're going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. Frank, don't let people tell you how to run the show. You're doing a great job. Have a great day, bro. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate you. Keito, 11 interceptions in 8 games. I'm hoping you're talking about Caleb Williams, or are you talking about our defense? Either way, I'm good with it. Frank, Caleb Williams will throw 11 interceptions, 3 to 4 games. Come on, man. Go Lions. It's great. It's great to have all that arm strength just to throw it to the other team, right, Frank? Big Daz. Good morning, Sarge and the Dew Crew. Good morning to you, big guy. Broski, Sarge, great job again this morning. Way to get through the comments. Thank you. Appreciate it. I do what I can. What time is it? Oh, my God. It's 8 o'clock, y'all. Phil, Jamo's first real season, too. Absolutely. All right. Baltimore got Keaton Mitchell. Do not underestimate him. I wanted Lions to draft him, and Ravens got him as undrafted free agent. Watch him if healthy. Ravens still very, very dangerous, especially for the Lions. I'm not saying they're not dangerous. I'm just saying, I'm just saying we don't need a running quarterback when we have 2 running backs that could hit 1,000 yards each. That was my biggest point with that. With that being said, I got to hit the road. I got my phone blowing up. It's time to get to work. So thank you all for being on here. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you tomorrow on Lions Talk Live.